booktube. What is this voice that I put on every time I do this? It's weird. Hello booktube, it's Friday and today I have a review for you of Secrets by Freya North. So basically what happens in this novel is that there's this young girl named Emma and she has a... No, not Emma. Shit, what's her name? Tess. Okay, explaining to you what happens in my book, not in this book. That's what happens when you read and you write at the same time and you get confused with your main storylines. Well, here's the book review of this book that I'm writing. No. So this week I read Secrets by Freya North. It's a very long book. It was good though. It has all of the classics in it of a romance in the domestic romance sort of genre. Tess is this young woman who has run away from her life in London under the pretense of being a house sitter, and she has a young daughter with her and she rocks up and takes this job with this guy named Joe, and Joe's house is just amazing. It's a big brick beautiful house and she basically cleans it all out and makes it pretty and establishes her life there, and he goes away a lot on business trips. So the dynamic between the characters is quite enthralling. Like, they find each other a little bit irritating, but they're completely compelled towards each other, and that extends itself throughout the whole of the novel. And obviously there's some secrets in here. They both come with their own personal baggage, and basically the main theme is to let yourself be vulnerable, and it explores other themes such as loneliness and love and belonging and old age and fear. But the main theme that I'm going to pin to it is that you can love and accept yourself and others with full open honesty. Don't let your secrets weigh you down. It felt a bit forced in some places, some of the storyline, like it was not really needed. But it wasn't really a problem because it was used as a plot device to keep the protagonists in the right place. So why Tess is afraid of the beach, that secret is a little bit weird. I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. She seemed to validate all of the fears that people had in this book with experiences, like bad experiences that they associate with those things, and then they work through those fears together and overcome them or whatnot. Which is not always something that happens with fears. Sometimes you just have an irrational fear, and not for any reasonable, for no reasonable reason. All fears in this book seem to come from a cause. And then you treat the cause and the fear is fixed, which is kind of really nice. I wish there were some things in my life that could be fixed that way. But not everything always has a cause, but maybe that's something the author is not familiar with. Which is probably good for her, actually. It's cute and it's fun and it's happy and it's worrying in places, and you do get quite invested in the characters and the relationship and the different things that happen. You do get quite enthralled in the storyline, and although it's a bit like walking through sand in some spots, it doesn't really matter. Like, you just keep reading anyway. You're like, oh, I really kind of want to know. Like, I want to know how they're going to react to this in these situations. It was a very casual read. I felt very calm and just, it was a nice little piece of escapism for me, even though it wasn't like science fiction or anything. It was felt kind of real and just like maybe you were chatting to a friend and she was telling you the story. There was a little bit in there about old people and dementia, which made me a little bit sad because of experiences that I've had in the past, but that's no diminishment onto this book at all. It was actually quite a positive thing. I would like just once to have a book that doesn't have anything to do with the negativity that's been in my life recently, which actually makes it for good writing because it obviously brought out the correct emotions in that scenario for me. It was a nice read. I'm really glad I picked it up. It was just kind of comfortable. I felt very comfortable reading this book. Joe, the main character, is a bridge builder, and that really goes back onto that theme of building bridges between people quite a lot, which was fine because that's what the book was about, but because the book is so long, it really felt like she was driving the point home when she'd already made the point. Her name's Tess, and there's a quote in here about his life being like tessellating shapes all fitting back together, and I just thought that was really beautiful. I think I would have called it tessellating shapes. I really like knitting things in together and making references to stuff, and sure, it might be a little bit cliche or whatever, but I thought that was really cute, and I actually underlined that statement. I was like, oh, tessellating states, tessellating shapes, because, you know, a pun, I love a good pun, but is it a pun? It's not really funny. It was a good read, I really enjoyed it, and I think it was nice and relaxing and much more gentle after Gone Girl. It was nice just to fall back into something that was easy to get carried away in. It was really nice. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Monday with hopefully a book tag slash vlog video. So subscribe if you want to see that pop up in your feed, and I will see you on Monday. Thank you, YouTube. Bye.